So I bought some new plants today. I want to buy one more small plant like this. Because I do have another little plant pot. I should have brought a second one today. But I didn't because I was being stupid. So, this is a little plant. I'm sure I can get it really cheap on eBay, but I just bought it. I think the other one I'm going to buy is probably a little fern. Little baby one, but I bought this one today for $5. So that one's pretty cool. I like the little pot, and I bought this because I am buying more seedlings for some rather large flowers. So, or I could plant, this one could get too big for that little pot, and I could plant it there and put the seedlings in there or whatnot. So, either way, this one needs shade, so I've kept a little tag in to give it shade, and buy some forget-me-nots as well to give it double shade. So I think that should give it enough shade, and so it won't get sunburnt. Even though the window's like direct sunlight. These two pots can be used for additional plants. I bought seedlings for some rather large flowers, like one of them's paper daisies and the other one's something else. Can't quite remember what it was. Yeah, some sort of those little pink border plants, little pink flowery things. So I guess I can put those two actually in one of the pots and keep the other one for whatever I want. Or whatever, I don't know. But the thing about pot plants, I don't know if they need these plastic filtering pot plants, or whether you can just use the actual pot plant there itself without the plastic thing on the inside. So I spent $30 on bloody pot plants today. So I mean, this costs $8, this costs $5. I have another pot plant that costs $9. These two cost $1 each, and all in all, I spent bloody $30. And I'm like, well, I was only supposed to be buying a couple of pot plants, but the thing is, I fell in love with these, more expensive tiny pot plants, and the other pot plant rather than keeping to this pot plant. I could have bought two of these and with bases for $4. No, $4, yeah. But I wanted to buy this deep $8 pot plant tray, etc. So, but whatever, I'm gonna keep all these plants forever. So, and I do have enough room for all these pot plants. I wasn't sure if I did, but I do. So, and once I forget about the money, once I get my next pay, all that money, I won't even care about it. What I've spent. So, same with that plant over there. That was $20. Or $18 on special, that one. And yeah, it did survive, so it's a really cool plant. But yeah, that's $20. I thought that was heaps. So I did buy quite a few things for $30, but I think I should have spent $5 more and bought myself another little plant like this. I'm probably gonna buy a fern because I've been really wanting to have a fern. I've been wanting to actually get that plant some company. But so far all these are just mingled together. All these plants are going to grow up and become quite big. So at the moment they're sort of just growing. They did grow from seed. So they're not looking that impressive. I think the forget-me-nots looking impressive. This is grass, so that doesn't ever look impressive. So it's just a plant I put in there for to double check if the soil, you could grow something in the soil and stuff. So because this plant over here died in this soil, and I was just checking. I put it in there to check to see if it would grow, and it did. And the grass is doing quite well and stuff. But yeah, all these other seedlings are yet to grow up. I have no idea what I have here. I'm thinking these are roses, so these are going to grow up into mini rose bushes. I don't know what these other little ones are. They're sort of just growing up. This one was actually found at the bottom there, so it's probably some sort of carnation, I would be guessing. But I'm just leaving them to grow. The thing about plants, I don't know how much room they actually need. I mean, they only have one little stalk and one little root. And, there's, in these little plants, you can you could you know, plant dozens of seeds and watch them grow, and each plant, you know, should be okay because each bit of dirt has its own space. Well, people call that overcrowding, when you have a heap of plants in the one pot. But I don't know, I'm not sure if that's positive or negative. I mean, I'm sure a lot of plants could grow in these little trays here. So anyway, yeah, but sort of just have to wait to see what comes up, because you plant seeds, and not all of them grow. So I might not even need these extra pots. I could maybe use these pots. But I do have like hundreds and hundreds of daffodil seeds mixed in here, so I'm not really that keen on planting anything on top of all this space, because underneath it is a heap of seeds that are yet to grow. So yeah, but I don't know, just keep going. Yeah, plants are interesting, but it's a less of a waiting game when you have a full-fledged plant like this already there. So I'm gonna buy possibly a little baby fern next time to complement that little plant, and they'll probably need planting in like 6 months, I would say, into these larger ones anyways. And then I've got the little cups for these things. But yeah, I'm not actually sure whether you're supposed to keep plants in little tiny plant pots within the actual plant pot. I mean, to my memory, you can just put dirt in these plant pots and plant a plant in them. So but anyway, I've got a whole collection of plant pots now, so I should be all prepared to be able to plant whatever I want in the future. So that's cool. But yeah, I haven't really gotten used to planting yet. I mean, I don't know whether you can just put soil in these plant pots or what. But anyway, I got these ones with the tray, so but I'm still waiting for more activity. There's only a little bit of activity with these plants, but I only planted the daffodils last week. So it's got a little while to go, possibly weeks, before anything actually grows up. I just keep watering them a couple of times a week, and yeah, hopefully that'll be good. These forget-me-nots, so I'm a little bit worried about them because they're right on the side, and they probably should be in the middle, and I have no idea how far they're going to grow. But they're getting really bushy really quickly. But I like how big it's gotten, but I just don't know if it's how far over the plant pot it's actually going to grow. But at least it's getting to be a nice big plant, which is good. It's just that it's on the side too much. So, but I'll just leave it there. It looks pretty happy. I mean, this is getting a bit sunburnt and stuff, so maybe this sort of, tag that will help shade it a little bit. All the plants need to be protected from the shade. I've got this little thing hiding underneath other plants' leaves and things, so yeah, but the plants that are surviving and growing quite well, and by spring, they're probably all going to be blooming and stuff. I have no idea what this plant's going to be doing. It sort of looks like a straggly, weak plant, but it seems to be growing quite well. So I think that's like a carnation. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's supposed to be some sort of carnation. But it looks a little bit weak, actually. It looks like it could use some burrowing into the soil, but I'm going to leave it there because it is doing quite well. That's the last plant that I transplanted, or one of the last ones that I transplanted, and it's still looking scraggly, so I'm not sure whether that's going to actually recover or what. So So I'll just leave them to grow. I'm waiting for them all to get mature and bushy like this forget-me-not here. But yeah, it just takes a while. But the funny thing is, in juvenile form, a lot of plants look the same. But I'm pretty sure this is the look of some roses. This one there. So I'm not sure that it's not a rose. So I've at least got 2 roses there. I have no idea what these plants on the sides are. I planted quite a few different seeds. Even forget-me-nots can keep coming up, but yeah. I'll just leave them to grow, I guess. But I look at these like a couple of times a week because every time I look at them, something's growing bigger and bigger and stronger. But I like these little plants. This is like my favorite little plant. I couldn't say no to it today. So I was like, okay, I'll buy you a little plant. I mean, there were many, many of them. I like this one. It's like cute. So hopefully it'll be happy there. You know, I know it's got a place of direct sunlight, but hopefully it's got enough shade from the other plants and whatnot to be able to protect it. And then, the other flowers that I'm going to be planting, possibly in one of these pots, I love the full sunlight. So I love me growing nice and big, but yeah, I don't know. I just, these forget-me-nots, though, might need transplanting to the center of one of these pot plants in the future. Because I do feel like they're a bit on the side there, and they're having a good time at the moment dangling there, but if they keep thriving, I might keep them there, but they do look like they might end up being uncomfortable, but plants like to droop and drop and stuff, so I didn't mind it just leaving it to grow wild over the edge of that pot plant, but the thing about this particular plant is that it started growing right near the edge, and it's like this one, it's just growing all over it. So this one, as it gets bigger, it's going to grow all over it too. But yeah, it looks like quite a few plants are getting quite happy, and heaps of them died during the process of growing, but heaps of them are surviving too. And it's my first time I've been looking after plants in quite a long time, so as well. Oh, look at that, there's seeds showing over there. Wonder how they got usurped. Never mind, I'm sure they'll just leave in there. Put a bit more dirt on there. One of these little dirt rocks can be spread over there. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, but seeds are like I think seeds just crawl to the top because I did put a good coating of dirt, and some of the seeds are showing now. They might be germinating, like they might be moving on the inside. Either way, that'd be awesome. I might just need to put a bit more dirt all over it. Anyway, so that's a long talk about my plants. I don't know. I just leave them to grow. Instead of doing quite well, and I'm not sure what this one's doing. Maybe I should help it. Looks like it's stuck. Hang on. Yes, I'll just fix it up. Plants growing wild in my room. But I'm gonna probably buy another one of these. I love these little plants. I want to buy like a little mini fern to put in my other mini pot. I would have bought it today, but I didn't have time, so I'll probably go there to the store in another day and buy another little plant like that, because they're the bigger plants and they're really cool. And well, these plants are like little grasses, really. They start off as a little grass and then grow up into the plant form. So, but I want sort of, I don't know, a little plant like this. It's a lot thicker and it's going to grow a lot bigger than these tiny little flowers. So, I think, but either way, you know, I just think they're cool. I like a compact plant that's been professionally packed. Looks cool. So I'm going to probably get a little pot this size of a mini fern. Watch that grow up.